Hello, everyone. Testing, testing. All good? Yep, we're ready. Moving. Just check on people coming in slowly. 1 to 2 person, 4, 9. Everyone, welcome to another live session with DELTAone in Singapore. So yeah, just give us a few minutes for some people to slowly join in and check us out for another interesting live session. Just bear with us for a sec. All right, thank you for coming in. So, OK ピンしたピンしたピンした見えるはいありますはいこれからスタートしますはい so yeah stand next to me come in so hi welcome everyone thank you for tuning in another week of live sessions in DELTAone Singapore and once again we are located in Mandarin Galery and right here we have our beloved store manager Aloysius and yeah last week he was missing out on the action and this week for those who don't know who the store manager is and there you go it's a very nice guy he knows all the stuff you need all the help please come through and look at him and find him ask questions all you like and yeah Aloysius please do some introduction to yourself for DELTAone people and DELTAone friends around the world the mic is passed to you
Hello, good evening everyone. I'm Aloysius here, store manager of DELTAone Singapore. Nice to meet everyone. Yeah, you guys can drop by and say hi to me or can share some of your personal setup with me. I'll be glad to assist you. Alright?
Yeah, he has a vast knowledge on a lot of things on Goros, so you need something to be tight, small tweaks here and there, you need some adjustments. You know, feel free to come by, just ask him for help. You know, anything related to Goros, no problem. Thumbs up. He'll definitely be able to share. So yeah, brief overall introduction from him, but I just like a small question from you. So how do you get into Goros, Aloysius? What inspired you or what made you want to get Goros or feel the vibe of attraction to Goros?
Okay, first of all, for me, my inspiration comes from Hiroshi Fujiwara, the legendary of Godfather streetwear.
I guess, yeah, everyone who's into like streetwear and overall, fashion in general, because he has been collaborating with all sorts of brands you can think of. So yeah, Hiroshi Fujiwara is one of the more prominent icons who wears the brand exactly. So because of him, you get into Goros or you know Goros.
Yes.
So that aside, so what is your ideal setup for Goros? You know, what comes to your interesting mind of your first setup or overall ideal kind of a way of building your Goros? You know, it'll be interesting to see because last week I shared mine. So this week is to put on him to bring on what he would favorable of what he likes more. So let's check it out. So explanation, please.
Okay, so everyone, for my ideal setup would be this single feather with the old hook and the old design gold tip setup. Because of this simplicity and very classy look. Yes, I personally feel that for old design feather should go with the old hook chain setup. Unlike the rest of you all have any idea, can share with us as well. And probably in future we can upgrade to the new design feather, probably with a new chain setup as well, or even leather cords, red beads, things like that.
Oh, that's a very nice, simple, classy setup. Are you sure it's not because it's very expensive in value? That is why you choose overall your ideal setup like that? Because of the overall attention you get. I mean, this is kind of like the holy grail to most people and similar to our boss, Yuji-san, same set. So is it like giving you the, higher level of feeling that you're wearing this, you feel like the boss, isn't it not?
Definitely not. No, 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 no. For Goros, once you spot the item you like, you have to get it. Because you may not know when is the next time you will have the opportunity to own it. Am I right?
That's relatively correct. Like what I said last week, you snooze, you lose. Like everything in store moves pretty quickly. You know, we have some stuff already moved yesterday. So yeah, you keep on track with our Instagram stories. You will see, you know, we'll post setup sharings and of course setups from customers who purchase with us. So things do move gradually every day. So don't miss out. Do drop by. Always check it out. You know, prices do fluctuate here and there depending what you're looking for. But if you're looking for unique pieces in there, we're also able to source for you. So feel free, come by. You know, any questions, and if you don't have your first setup, come by. We'll build up one for you just to try on to see overall feel. Because by pictures you can't really see the actual differences once you put it on yourself. Like me now, you know, I'm riding leather cord, you know, my single go top feather. Today is my own simple setup. I changed it up a bit from last week. So yeah, that's kind of things that is fun. You know, you can, you know, move around your setups from chain to leather cord and overall what you have, you know, just to, you know, it's not limited to one trick pony, but it's more like overall essence of having fun. Don't you say so? Aloysius.
Definitely, definitely.
So if you need any kind of like, you know, inspirations or you're not too sure what it is, Aloysius will also be able to help you on building your own first setup. And yeah, he's always here most of the time. Besides him, you'll see me as well. Or if you want the double combi of yeah, me and him to help you build a double combi set, definitely that's not a problem as well. You know, we won't charge you any extra fees. You know, it's just an overall fun experience. We just want to have a sharing overall and more talk and more understanding of what you need. So we're definitely able to pull out our double guns to help you to complete your setup. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, thanks Aloysius today for joining us. It's a very nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank
so,
you.
but then again, we'll need to have another special guest, or so-called our usual resident, Yuji-san, to come join us into the whole experience. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, thanks for everyone for tuning in once again. And don't forget, we are in Mandarin Gallery. Do drop by on the second floor. Access way from both sides, any part of the wall. So yeah, hands clap. Welcome back, Mr. Yuji-san. Yeah.
For those who have joined probably last week, saw my face with Wilson. I'm back here today as well. Just wanted to introduce Aloysius first, our store manager. So thank you so much, both of you.
Yep. Yep. Definitely everyone wants to know, like, Aloysius, you know, his presence and how does he feel like. He's a very friendly guy, so just pop by, do anything you like.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah, and I was looking, both of you, like, standing. Aloysius had gold tip feather, you had the gold top.
Yeah, so
I was like, Kimura Takuya combined.
And exactly on the correct side, I think, yeah, more or less in the sense like the yin and yang balance. We keep the balance in the store
the gold
as well.
and silver. Definitely.
So who's the silver, who's the gold, doesn't matter. But you know, it's an overall good presence we have in the store. It's always fun. Just drop by, ask any questions you like. We're always eager to help whatever there is. Yeah.
So there has been already comments during the introduction phase, but we will answer that at a later stage towards the end. So we have all your questions recorded for you.
So yeah, keep the questions rolling in, you know, wave, you know, lots of people coming in. We'd like to see you join in every week. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I mean, for Goros itself, for myself personally, for like last week I said, you know, what inspired me also pretty similar to like Aloysius said. Probably one of the main reason is Hiroshi Fujiwara, you know. So yeah, I mean, if some don't know who he is or he looks like, he technically looks like this. Yep. So he is the streetwear godfather.
He is.
Streetwear godfather from the Ura Harajuku movement way back then, since like the 80s, I would say.
Yeah.
So that was way before even I was born. And the first purchase from him in Goros, I think that's what he stated in his stories and stuff like that. It's since like 1985, 86. That's where he kind of slowly built his connection with Goro Takahashi. He too himself had to actually begin queuing to get in. It's not like, not today, of course, he is such a famous guy, but back then he was younger. He was not exactly as famous as he is now, but then he needs to take time to queue to get into the store as well. It's not like anyone could be easy access to just go in because, you know, Goro Takahashi has his own kind of ideal way of inviting people, but you still have to go through certain rules to get your access into the accessories that you want to get. So yeah, Hiroshi Fujiwara, it's one of them. Definitely, you see him how he dresses up in simple clothes, or his namesake brand Fragment Design. That's kind of thing that with the Thunder logo or Lightning logo or however you want to call it, it's something that it's renowned all over the world. In Louis Vuitton, it's a collaboration, and now mainly like Moncler.
Right.
Yeah, and of course like shoes from Nike to Converse and stuff like that. So he is one of the more prominent icons that is always wearing Goros since like the 80s to like up to now. And he's almost like 60 years old. So I think, Goros doesn't really define by age itself. It just transcends to generations of like, it could be passed down to your kids or stuff like that. Even like now I'm like 30 plus, it's still okay. Or someone wants to get into it, if you're like 18, 20, that's all fine. Or if you're like really, really new and kind of like just in love of like, for menswear kind of a jewelry, and you're like 50s now and you're seeing this live, feel free to drop by as well. We will be able to help you and then do your first setup. It's very simple, easy. It's something that you can use daily, and with your simple t-shirts or shirts like I am today, just put on a leather cord, lay over. It's very simple. Yeah, matching easy and put some depth into your overall wearing style.
But Hiroshi Fujiwara, definitely one of the most iconic celebrity that started wearing Goros back in like 1980s, as you have explained. But is that the only one?
No, definitely not. I think 90s, 80s, and beginning of that, I think that's like 一番かっこいいのイケメン。
イケメン？
イケメン。もちろんイケメンこの人が。So he is like Takuya Kimura. 木村拓哉 or 木村拓哉. A lot of people know who he is. For sure, he's like the number one guy as well. And yeah, he's been renowned in the drama scene, even some singings, because he's like in a SMAP group.
Yeah.
So even his story as well, since high school, he said, he was queuing up in Goros because he knows the brand through his friends and stuff like that. And he slowly built up the relationship with Goro Takahashi. So from there, from like a simple bangle that he started off, which he could only afford back in high school, and all the way, of course, you see like this is what everyone's dream setup is. We call it Kamiseto. Kamiseto. So it's like the god set in a sense. So it consists of like 4 feathers. So like the dip goal, top goal, with the other 2 kind of a hot wheel, larger, and of course the goal hook, goal wheel, and a sun medal. Yeah. It seems relatively easy, but at most times back then, if you were to queue in Japan to get this set complete, I would say, I don't know, 4 years probably.
Yeah.
3-4 years at least. During that period, I mean, it's not as crazy as it is now, but back then there is a good following as well, and slightly easier, I would say.
Slightly, but not too much.
Not too much. But then again, you had to build the relationship. So yeah, even Takuya Kimura had to build the relationship. He was younger back since his high school days, before he was famous, till he was famous. So yeah, I think that builds overall his sense of like respect for Goro Takahashi's work. And how Goro Takahashi also like appreciates how he always comes by and queue, even though after he was famous. I guess to a point that he had to rush him back into the store and not let him queue in the streets, because everyone would be going crazy and the girls and the fans would be like, Takuya Kimura, ikemen. So it's like, he had to like rush him in first rather than, not everyone see him around the streets to be a bad scene as well. So of course, this is not the only set he has. Those who've been following his Instagram, he's been posting every now and then his special turquoise full goal setup. It's also, it's a crazy, I'm drooling over that most of the time, because it's like crazy, you can't get it.
For that feather, actually, it hasn't been produced at the Goro store for over 10 years. The last one that we know, as of the information, is in 2012. So like the moment before Goro Takahashi's passing. So since then, they haven't sold the gold top Goro turquoise feather to the public. So it's hence even now I don't think they do sell it. So it's already item where the production has stopped.
Yeah, definitely. Most of these special full gold items are definitely from the father's era. I mean, Goro Takahashi himself. So now, since the daughter took over and stuff like that, it's rarely to be seen like full gold items or like special like gold claw and stuff like that to be actually produced. So it's relatively rare to be seen overall in the public eyesight.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
of course, away from all this street legends or like celebrities, icons and stuff like that. I mean, public, I mean, even if you queue for 10 years, I don't think the accessibility is even there for Japanese as well.
Even for Japanese, like it's like you're looking at like what 1%, less than 1% of the population.
Yeah,
Is that hard?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter down to the line if you're really rich or not, or if you're even devoted to the brand. It's just overall the chances that comes by, or like overall what do they feel you are worthy in the end to able to achieve that status, to get that exact piece that you want.
Definitely.
Even that said, I think even that goes same to the Eagle as well, because it's only like, I don't know, 3 to 5 pieces made in a year. That's
Yep.
about it, I would say. Yeah, so I mean, full gold, it's kind of like, you know,
Full
out of the
goal
question.
is near, like very, very, like 99% impossible.
Yeah. So,
Even for like large eagle, you're probably looking at like 5 to 10 years of constant lining up in order to be able to buy that product. So for the ogle, it's like nearly impossible.
Yeah. But then again, don't worry. Now and again, sometimes it will pop up in DELTAone Singapore. So keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes we do have restock on that. But for now, we are sold out on Eagles. But then again, yeah, like I said, keep your eyes peeled. Sometimes it does fly in somewhere and lands in Singapore. So yes, keeps your eye peeled, and we will post it up and update you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a interesting part. So yeah, if you're narrowing down, then you're in Orchard Road, just drop by, pop by and see, you know, what's happening, what's, you know, in stock, what's not. You know, we are very open. Just come in and take a browse and understand more. If you want to know more, ask some questions. Me or Aloysius will be very happy to help and answer any questions or more in-depth storytelling if you want to know. And we will link you to probably our website. We have also more in-depth kind of explanation in English as well, because most of people know, like even the Goros books, other than those few volumes, most of it, like the recent Men's Club feature is all in Japanese. So some people may get lost and not want to know more because it's Japanese only. But our website in deltaone.com.hk, we do have more in-depth in English, so you can go to the website and check it out. It'll be a good study and understanding more, and yeah, come in and you can have more conversations with me or Aloysius. That'll be great, no problem. So aside from my kind of a street legend icons that inspire me, so what about Yuji? So who kind of like get you into it?
Well, definitely Kimura Takuya. Kimura is a good, like the starting point of going into Goros, but there are also international celebrities who has been wearing. Some of the known names are Eric Clapton, John Mayer, and also we've recently last year worked with Steve Aoki. If you guys know, it's like the DJ, like the very worldwide known DJ.
Yep.
So for mine, since I was growing up in Hong Kong, I started with Kimura Takuya because I have the Japanese background. But at the same time, I was also looking into like Eric Clapton, John Mayer, internationally, even like Ed Sheeran. He wears some of them.
Ed Sheeran's more the modern ones.
Yeah.
He does wear.
But I mean, like Goros has been the vast long history has been there, and what makes it special, as I have explained in the last session, is like the uniqueness, design that appealed all these celebrities to come around and started wearing. And that's why like I'm one of the followers of Goros, how it started, and I think a lot of you who's watching this live is also part of them. So yeah, Goros itself, it's something that we would like to share the passion with everyone as well, and even be able to talk about it together.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, I mean, sharing and like understanding more about Goro Takashi's life work. You know, it took him like long years of going through the whole Sundance and the whole tribe of Indian kind of inspirations to build what it is today. So the foundation is really the key. So I mean, he's been alive for like 70 plus years technically. So there's so much more to be known and back then of what he has done before. But moving forward, you know, his whole spirit and stuff, you know, it's just everyone that's feel very connected in a sense, with even just a silver piece. And that itself, he sets the bar high to be the originator of what it is today. So of course you have other brands like, you know, Tadawashimi or like Teddy and King. Those are kind of looks similar to what it is, but you just don't get the kind of overall essence that you know it doesn't pull you in. You know, you don't want to be kind of part of that. But of course, in the Goros club, you really want to be in the top elite if you can able to do so. So that will make you feel, like I said, more confidence, or you do feel like a boss. Wearing it in some sense, just give you an overall confidence that you're lacking. I would say so. So yeah, overseas. Overall, celebrities, there are key few. Of course, one more like G-Dragon.
Oh, G-Dragon, yes. Never be forgotten.
Yeah, Big Bang had some part to play as how the market price fluctuate, I think, in 2015-ish, I guess. 2015 to and everyone's like surprised, like, hey, isn't that Goros? But it's GD who's wearing it in his music videos, and like everyone like went crazy and like, I have to get that because of GD and stuff like that. So like, a lot of like artists are also attracted to this kind of a fine craft that, doesn't really matter you're from Asia or from Western countries and stuff like that. It's just the essence of the overall, and Goros is just very, unique, that attracts everyone around the world that you just want to do the following. That's the key of it. So if you're not seeing it, yes, please drop by the store and have a look, and definitely you'll be sucked into it. For sure.
In a good way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of that, of overall how the celebrities set up all the kind of Goros, the way they combination of mix and matching, I think the key of it's always about the value of how Goros has been consistently climbing, and consistently how they maintain overall the pricing of how the true essence of what the product is, because it's so hard to get itself, and that's where the value comes in. Comparable to like buying Rolex, or even you're going to Hermes to buy a Birkin. It's all about the process and the years that you build through, and what you can get out of it. Of course, not everyone is lucky, so that's why the value of that does overall change of how you see Goros itself. Don't you think so?
Definitely, I agree on that. Especially like we had a customers very recently. He was like going into Goros back in the time, but he was like he stayed in Japan for like 1 month.
Yeah.
But the only time he was able to go in, just one day out of the month. Like he was lucky like on that time because he was staying in Japan for like a month. But even though he was lining up every day, he was only able to go once.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
First of all, it's that hard. And then speaking about the value, when we compare Goros from other brands, like the one that you have mentioned, Tari & King, Taro Washimi, Goros is the only silver accessory brand where the value of the second-hand market and the primary market is over 10 times. And for a silver accessory brand especially, this is very, very like, it's incomparable to any like other parts. Like for example, in the last IG live session, I introduced about the gold tip feather. So gold tip feather is the one that Wilson is pointing out. It's the one where the gold is at the bottom on the tip, and it's the one I'm wearing as well. But speaking about the value of gold tip, back in the times, I think like 2015 to 2017, we were looking at around 7,000 to 8,000 sing for one feather. Yeah, so this is another photos of the gold tip feather matched with the gold top gold feather. But yeah, speaking about like even 10 years ago, it's not that far in time.
Yeah, on my own occasion of experience, it's kind of my regret to today. I visited DELTAone in like 2015. Back then, dip gold or gold tip in a sense, it was only 250,000 yen. So if you equivalent today, probably in the exchange rate back then would be like 3,000 plus. In 2015, 3,000 plus, but until today, it went up all the way to like 12 to 15,000 depending on condition and the year or what it was made. But yeah, you can see the fluctuation from 2015 all the way to now. Yeah, if you, like I said again, you snooze, you lose.
So this is also not only for like gold tip feather. All of the Goros items has been increasing in price, and if you like compare with like other watches like Rolex, it has been going down in price for the last 6 months to a year
Yeah.
by a lot. I remember
Yeah.
like 30-40%
Yeah,
on the
definitely.
retail price.
Yep.
But if you look into Goros, it has been increasing over 200% in the past 10 years.
And the yellow eagle is still soaring. It just keeps going up and up, you know.
Yeah. So
Yep.
also like gold tip feather, if you buy it at the official store, it would probably only cost you around like 800 to 1,000 sing, Hachimang. Yeah, but right now our reselling value is the higher one is 15,000. The lower one with the old design is around 12,000. But that value here, we're not basically upselling all the prices. It's more about the demand and supply.
Yeah.
Because there is less supply in the market, the reason being Goro's official store is not producing a lot. As I mentioned in the last live, in order to buy the gold tip feather, it would take around 1 to 3 years of constant lining up. And not a lot of people can have access to that.
So it's not like a total guarantee of like you kill 3 years, let's say 3 years nonstop. I mean, if you're staying in Japan and it guarantee you to get the gold tip, it's just like you get a chance again to just have a glimpse of possibly getting that in retail. But so we factor all the kind of things into it, you know, your queuing time, let's say, you know, the time you have spent overall, you know, the things you have bought throughout to build the process is what we all factor in to get what the price is today. I mean, similarly, if you go to like Rolex nowadays in an authorized dealer, they want you to buy like other types of, you know, sports model just to gain your overall momentum to buy that sports model. So, you know, that kind of a thing does happen overall, even like Hermes or luxury brands overall. So we do overall, you know, consider the kind of factors in. That's what the price is now today because of the overall value. And like Yuji-san said, it's like the supply and demand, what the market overall gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that, a lot of people was demanding, but there was a limited supply in the market that's been circulating. Hence, the reason the value of Goros has been appreciating for the last 10 years. So I think that's like the story behind the price valuations of Goros.
So yeah, I mean, most of you who are like the avid collectors, you have been doing it since way before he passed, or maybe just a little bit after he passed, and you start from there on, you're already like winning ahead most of the people. But then again, don't fret, you know, those who are like a bit late in the game or don't know too much about Goros, and now we have like an actual DELTAone store in Singapore, so we have all the knowledge and all the essence of knowing the new and the old, and you're afraid if like, you know, which is legit or not. If you come to us, we will kind of explain throughout the overall generations of it, and you'll overall be comfortable in understanding the real true Goros, you know. So yeah, don't be afraid, come in, more questions will be more welcome, you know, we're able to attend to you at any time. So definitely feel free and feel safe to shop with us. Come here. Or in Hong Kong as well, we start in Hong Kong. So yeah, in Singapore, in Mandarin Gallery for sure.
Okay.
So,
After do you want to answer to some of the comments that we received earlier?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Or is there any other things you want to talk about?
For now, I got something to announce. So one thing we are doing, actually something pretty exciting. We just want to gather everyone who is like Goros fans around in Singapore. We are going to open like a Telegram group. So the group itself is mainly just for sharing, you know, about discussions of Goros, your past experiences, or maybe your daily setups. You know, how you're going to match, like maybe today I'm going to do like an OOTD, I'm going to share there. You know, everything that relates to Goros, you just want to share in a Telegram group and just want to get everyone to join the fun and just experience the overall essence of what Goro Takashi is and what he does with the Goros silverware. So mainly it's just for sharing. So people there who does all kind of like buy, sell, or trade, we do not condone that. So once we know that, you will be kicked out instantly. But then again, we will start to put the link tomorrow on an IG story so everyone can come and join in the fun. So yeah, that's the exciting news I'm talking about. So a Telegram group to gather everyone to share more about Goros in Singapore. So I'll be in there, Aloysius will be in there, Yuji-san will be in there. So everyone just, put your 2 cents, your experience, your stories, whatever it is, everyone is welcome for the sake of Goros. Yep, definitely. More fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sharing the passion.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So let's maybe get into some questions that we have received during the live.
Don't want to ask too much and not buy.
Don't want
don't want us too much and not buy.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, some people are afraid, to have the interaction with us. Like, you're afraid, asking too much questions and you're not buying in the end. I mean, it's okay. I mean, at least you get the experience of coming in to see the feathers and see how they look like and overall feel what it is. Because if you're in Japan, you only can get to queue outside and not even get near to the entrance gate to get into the store. So here you can already, minus one of the overall obstacles, just to come in, see overall, ask us questions. We are always ready to help. Don't worry. Our talk is no problem.
And from our experience, when we go with the customers, it would usually take 30 minutes and plus.
Yeah.
And that's a normal thing. We understand as well. Even for ourselves, when we wanted to buy our first Goro's pieces, obviously there's a lot of thoughts that goes in. For example, what is the ideal setup that we really, really want to create in the future, but we don't have the budget now, so we want to start slowly. So I'll get this one first, and then next one to upgrade. That's normal. Even for us, we consider ourselves more as a consultant, as part of the customers, so that we can go through the customer's Goro's journey together and be able to adjust the ways
Yeah, for sure.
on finding what's the ideal.
So we will climb the mountains together and step by step to understand overall what you need, or we can give you our best advice to build up from scratch or whatever it is. Or you already have it, you want to upgrade something, come to us. What is your ideal in mind? Or if you don't have it, we will just give you our own advice. And yeah, from there on, it's all about sharing, understanding of what you need, and we'll just try to make it happen for sure.
And definitely, for Goros, there is no right answer.
Yeah, for sure. No.
If you go Chrome Hearts, other brands, it's usually already made pieces, necklaces.
Yeah.
But with Goros, since there's vast amount of items, it's more about mix and matching. So that's where we, as a consultant and your friends, to come along to
definitely.
help you together to make a better setup for all of you.
Yeah, it's always a fun experience for myself as well. I mean, I like Goros a lot, so you just come in and talk to us. I just want to share more and then make you understand more, so you're able to build the journey, and slowly it's not about one time, one hit KO. There's no such thing. Goros is about a long journey. That's what happens to even the celebrities as well back then. So yeah, come slowly with us, build something slow, and we'll just slowly move on from there. Yeah, no
And
problem.
also, one last thing I wanted to say is that even though you don't know about Goros too much, don't worry. We won't do anything bad for you. We are more willing to share it with you and talk about it together. So that's what we want to do. So don't be afraid. Just come down to our stores in Hong Kong and Singapore, and let's talk it out.
Yep. And definitely from tomorrow onwards, we start a Telegram group. So just join in, and everyone's stories or whatever it is, you have doubts, feel free to ask us. You will be always able to help, whatever it is. Any more questions for anyone else?
Any more questions that we received?
How to authenticate Goros? Any tips?
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll touch a little bit
Okay.
about this.
Sure.
So there was a question regarding Goro's authentication. So there are trade secrets. So I can't
secret
share
recipe,
too much about it. But especially for Goro's feathers, there are certain ranges in terms of size when we're looking for it. So when we try to inspect Goro's feather, we will check the weight, we will check the sizes, but we will also look into the smaller details, like the initial scratches, the eagle stamp in the
But
back.
definitely there's some ranges of difference from the Goro Takashi himself to now. That's where we come in on the expertise of knowing the range of years of difference. So the knowledge is the key. So yeah, definitely we know what we're doing, and
Like you just said, Goros has never been the same for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
They have been changing the design of the pendant hole. There are some pieces of Goro's feather that was smaller during 2016 and 17 because they were changing a little design.
Yep.
So these are we don't just evaluate Goro's pieces. based on these numbers, but we also look into the information,
yeah.
the sources where we got it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we do a comprehensive evaluation.
Yeah. So what we have is the experience through the years and the key of knowledge that we capture everything that comes through. So that's where you are very safe to come and talk to us because we know what we are doing.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So hope that answered your question
Mm-hmm.
on the authentication part.
Yep.
So, anyone? Okay, so that was our last question for this week. So I'll pass it over to you.
Yep. I mean, thanks again for everyone tuning in. You know, it's a great live session as always. You know, we will keep this momentum going. So regardless of it, it could be next time a joint with the Hong Kong team. We just want to do something more immersive that everyone can join in, have fun, regardless of the language. So yeah, I mean, it's always about the spirit of Goros. You just want to share more. It's always about, you know, understanding, and then you come here, see more, understand more, and then you make a purchase.
Definitely.
You know, it's always about the stories that goes through. So yeah, doesn't matter. Just drop by.
And yeah, if you guys have any things that you would like us to talk about in these Instagram live, feel free to leave a comment after this live. We
yeah.
will make a post on
yeah.
feed on our account, so you can put your comments there and tell us what you want us to talk about.
Yeah, if you want to see like more setups on using chains or leather cords or stuff like that, you know, mix and match, you're definitely able to set up more and show you more alternatives around that, because everyone sometimes don't have a definitive idea of what the start to begin, you know, of the set to begin with. So yeah, we'll definitely help you. So if you want to see more of that, let us know what it is. We'll definitely come to, you know, accommodate what it is. So yep, thanks again for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Have a
Jane.
good,
Bye.
happy Halloween.
Happy yeah, that's true. Happy Halloween. Okay, thank you
Okay,
very
guys.
much. はい、じゃあね、ありがとう。